Hi guys. I just wanted to read a story to you so that you could see me and I could see you guys, hopefully within the next week. I sent you all lesson plans about kindness this week, and I hope you're practicing those at home with your family and your staff. So I know we've read this story at the beginning of the year, but I just think it's a good reminder about being a bucket filler. And this one is called How Full Is Your Bucket for kids. Miss Fleming let me borrow this. It's written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer and illustrated by Maury J. Manning. Remember, the author is the one that writes the story. The illustrator is the one that draws the pictures. Make sure they can see the pictures. Felix was putting one of his last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away, you're too little." "I'm big." "Stay back, you'll knock it over." "I can be very careful." "Go play with your baby toys, Anna." And you can see that Anna is not very happy in the picture, right? So what did she do? Whack! She knocked over the tower. "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket." Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket? Invisible bucket? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there it was, a small gray bucket floating above his head. See it? It's half full right now. When Felix came down to have his breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still." There goes Felix. Going to get his cereal. What's going to happen? Going to tip over. Felix slipped and choco wheats scattered across the floor. "Felix," yelled his mom, "you should have used the stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket tip and big, invisible drips slip out. Drip, drip. "Ha ha," Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her shoe. Drip. "Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus," scolded Mom. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the choco wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it." Oh, someone's not being nice to him on the bus. Drip. "Psst, Felix, psst." Friends are talking about him. Drip. Look at how empty his bucket's getting. He's not feeling very good, is he? "Watch out, shrimp." Drip. It was still morning, excuse me, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. He doesn't look very happy, does he? As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good about other people. Felix slumped into a seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop! The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped. Even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. I guess that's what his story's about. The Giganosaurus Who Wanted a Pet by me, Felix. And all these drops are dropping into his bucket because he's feeling better about himself. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Drop! Mom sent him a nice note in his lunch. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. Nice cow, his art teacher said. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Drop. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. Drop. See, he's feeling better and better. His bucket's getting fuller and fuller, and you can see he's smiling more. He feels happier. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too. See, if they're smiling, their buckets are more full, right? If their buckets are nearly empty, that means they're not feeling good. Let me help you. Drop. Felix's bucket feels better, and so does I think that's his dad or his teacher. Drop. Here's your baseball cap. Here's your baseball. Catch. Thanks, dude. Drop. And then he's meeting a new friend. Hi, I'm Felix. First day? Yes, I'm Amir. Drop. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. Bad dog, he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. Your doll will be okay, Anna, said Felix. Mom will fix her. She's feeling very sad. Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks? And so they did. So he changed his mind when he realized that some people need to feel how everybody has a bucket over their head, and if you're doing something kind for somebody else, it makes you feel good too. So I want you to think about that while you're at home. And I want you to think about filling somebody else's bucket while you guys are at home. And I want you to reach out to me because that fills my bucket when I hear from you. Okay? I love you guys. Have a great weekend.